I keep seeing the camera, I keep thinking I'm gonna pick it up, and I don't. So, we have been gone a while, and it's just been crazy. Getting the house done has taken a lot longer than I expected. Why can I not think of a word for it? I was being unrealistic on how quickly this could be done. We do find random stuff, and yesterday we found a chimney that just kind of stops in the middle of our wall. We knew we had a chimney, didn't know where it was. Assumed everything was taken out except for what was on our roof. No, we are so wrong, but it is what it is. And now I've oddly lost a slipper and my feet are cold. So, I don't even know if you guys have seen the house. It has been crazy busy and I wanted to, but it seemed like there was one thing after another to get done, and that's kind of where... So that battery just died. If I don't find the stuff to charge them, I'm not going to be able to. So I took that moment to look for my other slipper, because I can't walk around without the slippers on, besides my feet being ice cold. The floor hurts. It feels like I'm walking on fire, and if there's litter anywhere, 10 times worse. So I don't even remember what I was saying because I got distracted and started doing something else. I do need to open my curtains. So I have done something to my shoulder, and it's not pleasant. It makes it really hard to do manual labor. Right now I am putting up shiplap on one wall in the kitchen. I have wallpaper. We'll see how challenging that's going to be. To go up on another wall. Then I have to fix the framing around one of the windows. So all we're doing is, well, if you can see out there, the cabinets are already out. So what I did was take out the upper cabinets and work on that, because I want to do an open concept at the top. So these cabinets are fairly old. I don't know that, honest to God, they have been updated. Yeah. Okay, I need to sit down before I get too far, and figured I should probably explain it. Yes, okay, the wallpaper's out for delivery. So I did paint them to see if it would work, but I had 2 cabinets. Okay, so there was 4 cabinets in total on the top. Probably could have gotten another one up there if they had done anything to where it needed to be. I laugh because, with that being said, we had a cabinet to the right of the sink that they built the window frame around it. The shelving in it was only like this big. The bottom one was big enough to just get the base of my Ninja food processor on it. But past that, it wasn't. That was like the widest it would go. Then the shelf above it was only like 3 inches. We're not sure why it was not a proper size. Like, it didn't go all the way to the front, which we thought was weird. Well, it also came past the window. Like, it stuck over the window. Not by a lot, but by some. And so the idea was at first to take it out, kind of like, don't know if you guys know that, we took the cabinet out of the bathroom. The medicine cabinet was bowing on the inside, like someone had put water in it and it was like sucking it up. And so it was like one thing after another. And it, I don't know why, felt bulky. Like it really made that room feel small. And so when I had gone away for my birthday, we grabbed, IKEA has mirror squares. And so I grabbed a couple of packs of those. And, excuse me, I think each one has 4. Excuse me. So, I took the medicine cabinet down and then put the mirrors up. Bathroom feels so much bigger. Well, so I'm looking at this cabinet that's to the right of the sink. I notice there's probably 4-inch gap to the other window because there's a window here and there's a window here. And I'm like, it's bad enough. This cabinet is also like 1.5 feet from the ceiling. Okay, understandable, for short people, blah, blah, blah. Even where it was, I had trouble reaching the top because it was kind of a tall shelf. I have a step stool. It was no big deal. Or I have 3 boys. Well, 2 boys and a husband. There are 3 other males in this house who are all taller than me. So, it was no big deal to me. I just put things that I didn't use as much up there. Well, I was already kind of irritated that these shelves are so small on the inside. So I could have put more up there. We have one of those it's shaped like an egg. You put it in the microwave, you make eggs in it. And it barely fit on this little shelf. And so, I took that one down and I was like, okay. And then I was talking to Anthony and it would just be easier if we shut down the kitchen for just a couple of days in lieu of doing all of this very slowly and it being down for over a week because my body can't handle it. If I can push it far enough and long enough, then maybe I can get it all done as quickly as possible. And so yesterday we took the other cabinets down. The one to the left of it is almost like, I would say, a diamond shaped triangle, whatever. It was virtually impossible to get to. It was also pushed back, like it wasn't as long as the lower cabinet, obviously, but it was pushed back so far you couldn't get to the sides. Like if I put my arm up there, there was no way I was touching any of the sides unless I like right around the corner of the opening. And so there was a lot of unusable space. Originally I had my pan set in there, but whatever I did to my shoulder, I cannot reach up above my head anymore, let alone added weight. And it was too hard to have to organize them too, because I do it by size and stack them into each other. And it was just a no-go. We had to move those already. And so last week I had gotten sick, and so I wanted soup. I barely could reach it. Actually, I think someone had to get it for me. I even tried with my left arm, which my shoulder is much better on that one. No, I couldn't. And so there was one next to it. That one was actually, seems to be a permanent fixture on that one. It was this wide. And then give another inch for the actual cabinet. So the door was this wide, and It's just a really tall one, 3 shelves or 2 shelves, I don't remember. It was big enough to fit a loaf of bread. That was it. That is all that could sit on the shelf. And I was like, I don't understand this one because it was also deep. So you would lose spices because that was my first thing. Spices, well, none of my containers really would fit in there. I would have been able to get one. That was it. One. Nothing would sit next to it. Nothing. And so, and those are my tall, skinny ones. And I was like, okay, if I had bottles, they still would get lost because it was a really deep cabinet. Okay, next to it is a shorty. 2 doors, and it was above the stove. Above my head, way too much for me to handle. I put spices I don't use too often, but I also did the longer ones in there. And I was like, okay, this is a bit much for me still. And so I was like, I don't know how well this is gonna work. Put a Lazy Susan in that one too. Had one in the corner one. Been relying on Lazy Susans. I have one actually built into my bottom cabinet. Excuse me. Okay, so next to that is a fake cabinet. Does nothing. We did rip that down. Next to it was another tall, skinny one, but it wasn't a skinny. It was a little bigger. And so, but it was the same thing. Things were getting lost. Like, I had salsa in there. Or not salsa, but hot sauce. And Xander was like, opened it and closed it. And he's like, where's the avocado salsa? Sauce. Oh my God. I'm not going to think of words today. And I was like, it's in the cabinet. And I went over and looked. I was like, yeah. But I knew it was a deep cabinet. It got dark in there. It was like the freaking, it was like a cave. And I was like, yeah, this isn't going to work. They were appropriate heights, I would say, for, like if I needed to put something on the cabinet. I don't know necessarily that my KitchenAid would fit on the cabinet. And tuck under a cabinet, but you know, that was no big deal. I have the rolly cart. I can put the KitchenAid on that, but I did have enough space to where it wasn't half hanging off like the last place. What are you doing? You came to annoy me again, or your cat? So we ripped everything down, and the one that was not a cabinet really wasn't a cabinet. There is part of our chimney in there, and it just kind of stops, I don't know, 4 foot, 5 foot from the floor. So it's just kind of hanging there, but it's on some massive wood, screwed in really well. I would love to leave it open, but I don't think that would probably be the best bet right now. It will eventually come out. What are you doing to her?
Annoying her.
Oh, it doesn't look like it's working. But it is really pretty. But the mortar is kind of crumbling, and so with it being in the kitchen, it's not the best idea. Anthony did talk about building up the brick, and so it could be a feature in there, and which would be all fun and dandy, except for I would have to actually cut into my wall because it doesn't really stick out that bad. But that would also, mind you, my floor would have to hold enough weight, and I don't know at that point if it would be able to hold that kind of weight. Are you cold? Go cuddle in Dad's blankets. Tesla. Anyway, so Today Connor and I need to work on, yes, don't shake your head, no, making some cuts in the shiplap, to, keep the area for stove plug-in and 2 wall outlets. So hopefully that won't be too much of an issue. And obviously we're going to have to cut some to make adjustments for going above where the cabinet was on the wall, and then hang wallpaper. He's over here shaking his head no. Good morning, you guys. Okay, it's afternoon. Excuse the mess behind me. I'm still trying to deal with stuff. And I think, yep, Connor is still asleep. I am still working on the kitchen. So we completely took out the upper cabinets. Show you all of that. And then obviously, that one is a black wallpaper, and that one is shiplap. And though I love it, it would be a pain to do the rest of the kitchen with it. We just did the one wall and then this wall, and I think short of, well, I have to touch up paint there because the one cabinet was blocking this area, and so I had to fill in the corner. I don't know why I filled in the corner, because honestly, there's like the corner piece that goes in it, which needs to be placed in here. I just did this. I thought it turned out really good. Anthony helped me with it. I laid it down, he cut it. Because I probably would have screwed it up. But, I have Baggy laying with my onions, Ducky wanting attention. But I have been keeping busy. Hi, baby. And just kind of getting stuff taken care of. Gotten stuff from IKEA, put up shelves. I'm telling you what, I love the way the little like coffee area has turned out. And we found a chimney. We need to put a piece right here, but we are going to leave the brick exposed, and I don't think the first idea was to actually do away with it. I don't think I'm gonna. I think I really like it. Hi! I see you! Come on, stand up. I still need to paint around the window seals. I haven't done it. I kind of took a break from painting. I need to go get paint brushes and deal with that. Oh, I didn't know screws were there. I don't know that I need that piece right there. I don't know what I'm doing. I thought I ordered more of these type of shelves, but I accidentally didn't. And so, I actually don't have those shelves. So I got a whole new shelf, and Ducky, come on, there's food. Are you assaulting my onion? Why? Don't eat the onion skin, Bagheera. Anyway, do I really not have one of those shelves? My hair looks really bad right now, but it's getting so long that it keeps flopping in my face. So, I didn't even see that ball. Why is there deodorant in that thing? I'm not gonna ask. I could have swore Anthony picked up one of those shelves. And so I've been moving stuff around. Next to the cabinet, I have a built-in Lazy Susan in the corner back here. And I put all of the cookware in there. Hopefully it does good because the Lazy Susan's pretty old. And so we're hoping that it'll kind of not fall off track again. Anthony says it doesn't have enough wheels on it. And so, yeah, we're just hoping that'll work. Honey, I see you. I don't know what her deal is. So, yeah, now I feel silly because I really do think I grabbed the wrong shelves. And I don't know that they'll work. So, the plan is, these came from the dollar store. I've had them probably close to a year. But they're in this IKEA one. And the one I have isn't built like this. And she needs to be heard. I don't know that these, because I still have a bunch left, will fit. I do have mason jars, but if you guys have kind of searched around, mason jars are expensive right now. Like, everybody wanted to start canning when the world got shut down, and so they're kind of expensive to even deal with. So, and then one of my good friends bought me these, and I'm loving these. It's got a bar on it. But they're fairly deep. We're obsessed with hot sauce right now. And I haven't tried the Alice Cooper ones, but this Heartbeat hot sauce in the pineapple habanero is pretty good, but the red habanero is really good. I see you, honey. Go. Come on. Go. Shoo shoo. Anyway, so it's just little things, trying to get them all, like Anthony bought me. I just tease and say my oven has a skirt, but it is actually really nice to have it all right here. She's like really adamant. She's been like this for a couple weeks now. So these are also IKEA. Sorry, that's probably at a weird angle. There is two here. There's a light underneath it. But I put my little stuff in there. I have the rolly cart here, but I don't know that I'm going to keep it in here. It's got some mason jars on it. And then, of course, we've got these. We have built-ins in there, in Xander's area. So in here, our shelves, they were already here. Honestly, I'd like to build these out so they're a little wider so we can get more on there. And then there's like edges. So I'd like a wall-to-wall, but this will be something that, so there's a pretty good gap on each side. But it goes all the way to the ceiling. I don't know how to fix that, if it's fixable. I just know this is not the, this is not the only one that doesn't have the pull string. I have one on the back porch, so we don't have a back porch light either. But this was something that was just built in. We've looked for one to replace it. Like a, oh, what would you call those? Why can I not think? Buffet stand or whatever. And it is such a weird size that we can't find anything that would fit perfectly. And we don't want the gap, and honestly, I think it would be better if we just built it ourselves, but it's such a tight fit in here. But it is wide enough, like walking in, there is enough room. Behind this door is our water heater, which we eventually want to switch to a tankless one, which will then give us room back here. We could build something out there. Also some shelves. Anthony's clothes and extra towels and rugs are in here also. That is one thing. We are very limited on space. There is a window right behind this. One of the What the heck was that? Move? Was that you?
No, that was Sylvester.
Oh, so it was in your room. Oh, okay. Oh, I do have those shelves. There they
So
are.
it matters where, not what?
The cats were all going to the front door.
Oh, wait, never mind. That wasn't Sylvester.
Uh,
I think it was Maggie.
that's a little strange.